Let's go. Happy Saturday to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all on the late start today. Obviously, Knicks played their second preseason game versus the Philadelphia 76ers in Abu Dhabi. And because of that, we had to change the time of the show. But here we are rocking. So appreciate everybody tuned in. Thank you for your time. And once again, I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're in the best of health and spirits. Shout out to you and your family members and friends. Hope everybody's in the best of health. And we are blessed to wake up another day and enjoy our life on this earth. So, that being said, the New York Knicks played their second preseason game versus the Philadelphia 76ers, and they were able to pull out another victory. And, as I've said before, it's not so much about the wins and losses, but it's about them getting better and learning the systems and getting to a point of being comfortable. It's going to take some time, but they're looking pretty good as far as picking it up and learning right now. But the bottom line is they did get the victory. So, shout out to the New York Knicks. This is a morning cup of no, it's not. It's ginger ale. It is what it is, y'all. Look, it's late. I can't be doing coffee now. I'm doing ginger ale. All right. Normally I give you all the weather report. It's a little late in the day, but it is what it is. It's sunny, 82 degrees. Beautiful weather out there today. Tomorrow, sunny, 83. Monday, 79 and sunny. Tuesday, partly cloudy, 80. Wednesday, very cloudy and 74. And then Thursday, partially cloudy, 63. And Friday, partially cloudy, 65. So there you go. That's what it looks like in New York. But anyway, once again, man, I hope you guys are all doing well. Very, very good way to start the preseason. Go out there, try some different things. It's not perfect. You know what I mean? Like there's things they got to work through. It's going to take some time, but you get to see some good things from what was going on out there. So I'm encouraged by that. The only thing that was kind of screwing me up a little bit is that as I was watching the game, I kept getting these updates from the NBA.com with wrong stuff. Like I'm watching the game and I'm like, the Knicks got 70 something points, but the update just told me that they're at halftime. I was like, what is up with the update? Then I'm like, in the fourth quarter, it's like 90 something to whatever. And the update said the Knicks are up 70 to something. I'm like, what is going on? And then the game ended. And then the update tells me the Knicks win 96 to 85. And I was watching the game. The Knicks had 112 where the players dwell. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, I don't know what's going on with, like, who's keeping track of this stuff, yo? Anyway, so somehow the information is a little jacked up because I tried to see the box score and see what everybody did, but the information is all over the place. I don't know. Maybe it's an Abu Dhabi thing. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, the bottom line is we know the Knicks won. that we know. It looks like it was 112 to 104. According to the New York Knicks website. So, like, look, I'm looking. Hold on, let me refresh. Like, this stuff is all over. Like, now I'm looking here, and on the NBA.com, it's updated. Now it says 113, 104. I'm like, what is going on here, y'all? Oh man, this is crazy. This is just all over the place. All right. Well, whatever. The bottom line is they won, and we were watching the game and saw. I mean, listen, I will say one thing. Like if you look at Philadelphia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They played 12 people in Philly, right? The Knicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The Knicks played 19 people. So really taking advantage of training camp and trying to get some type of look at everybody on the team in real game situations. So that's a shout out to the coaching staff for getting everybody a little burn at least. Like the lowest point minute total was 6 minutes and 33 seconds by Garrison Matthews. So everybody on the team played at least 6 minutes or more. Shout out to them for being able to figure out a way to get everybody in there, to just give everybody a little taste, but also to see them versus an opponent. Personally, I will say I enjoyed looking at them coming out with the ball movement again. Just seeing another day of them getting more comfortable doing it. Obviously, the rotations were switched up a little bit as far as who came in at certain times, and you got to see a couple different lineups, pretty much the same, but a little couple different lineups from what we saw in the first preseason game. But it's good to see the ball movement and seeing the concerted effort, like these guys making an effort to pass the ball, and also not just passing the ball, because passing the ball means nothing by itself. Passing the ball and moving. So that is what I'm really paying attention to, how these guys move without the ball to get them into better spots to receive passes. Like even when things got a little stagnant and the passing got a little slower, you could still see guys making a concerted effort to move. Like there was a couple passes at the top of the key and people were kind of like stuck and not really moving all that much. But then you see the big man, whoever is in the game at the time, flash to the paint area. Once he flashes to the paint, the pass goes to him. Then he kicks it out to one of the corners. The corner, while that's happening, somebody's moving around. Like I like that. This is the type of stuff we weren't really seeing from the Knicks. So they need to keep that up, man, and just get into the habit. It's going, like I said, it's hard to break old habits, but if they keep doing this throughout the preseason and into the regular season, eventually it's going to become second nature, and they're going to start looking really good doing it. But you got to give it some time. But I'm really pleased and happy with what I'm seeing so far. On the defensive side, there's still some things they got to clean up on defense. That they're, even when the Knicks are playing in your face type defense, guys are still in position to score over them. I saw a couple moments where guys are in position, but maybe just not sticking their hands up, or you're in a situation where somebody like a 6'8", 6'9" Pacom Dadier, I don't know how tall he really is right now, is playing against a smaller player, and the player's quicker than him, so he can get to his spots. But Pacom should be able to recover to be able to impede the shot. He may not be able to block it, but he should be able to make a better effort so that he can affect the shot. And so those are the little things that just in time, understanding how they're playing this new style of defense, and everything that is entailed in it, like the aggressive switching. I saw a little bit more of that. I don't know if I saw as much of it in this game as opposed to what I was seeing in the first game, but it was tough for me to really pay attention to everything. I would need to watch the game again to see it. But yeah, but it was good seeing that and the aggressive switching. Shout out to my boy Prophet for he's someone who's been on the channel multiple times, but he's also a coach, and so he coaches. He's coached women's teams and men's teams. Right now he's coaching boys team. And the point of the aggressive switching is to meet the player right after the switch. So as soon as the switch is happening, the defensive player has to be right there. That's why it's called aggressive switching, because you're not taking time to switch. You are there as soon as it's supposed to happen. So it puts you in a better defensive position and doesn't allow the opponent to get that space in order to make a play. So, and that's what the Knicks have been trying to do more of. There's still, I was watching the game and he was actually watching it, we were talking about it. You could see guys were trying to do it, but some guys were still a little slow. But these are the guys that are a little bit more challenged defensively. So you got to bear with them. It's going to take some time. But I like it. I like it. This is really nice to see. I mean, we're so used to seeing drop coverage. That when we see something different, it's eye opening. One second, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry. You know how it is. Package deliveries. But yeah, so it was good to see though, and I like what I'm seeing. I like the movement, but I also like the aggressiveness that I'm seeing from the different players coming into the game. And this is one of the things that we were hoping for with the type of guys that they brought into camp. You got a lot of matchup battles and guys pushing each other. I will tell you that it was nice to see Shamet come out and be a little bit more aggressive today. His shot was falling. He didn't take many shots, but he was 2 of 2. He finished with 6 points. But you could just see that he was trying to be a little bit more involved in the game. And that's what you want, because when they brought in a guy like Garrison Matthews, I mean, he's going to push. And once again, Garrison Matthews looked good again. He looked active. I like the fact that at certain points in the fourth quarter, he was trying to get his steal on. Like, he was trying to jump the pass. He tried to jump the pass the first time on the right side, I believe. It didn't work out. But then the ball rotated, he moved around, and then he tried to jump the pass on the left-hand side. He caught it, but he hit the ball out of bounds. So, but this is good things to watch, because it shows you that Garrison Matthews is trying. He wants to make the team, and he may not be one-dimensional. You know what I mean? He might be able to add a little bit more to the mix, which, look, you call me whatever. I'm a homer. I want Landry Shamet on the team, but I'm not blind to the fact that Garrison Matthews looks good. If there was a way to keep Landry Shamet and Garrison Matthews, I would definitely want that, because I want that ability for them to be able to space the floor and shoot threes, from everywhere with everybody. But if you told me tomorrow that the Knicks is still going to wind up making a trade to free up another spot, they're going to have 2 spots available, and it's going to come down to Garrison Matthews, Landry Shamet, and Malcolm Brogdon. If you're telling me Malcolm Brogdon is going to make the team no matter what, then I'm going to tell you I got to see more preseason games, but I might be leaning towards Garrison Matthews. I ain't going front. I like Landry, but Garrison Matthews' shot looks agua bees, water. So I don't know. He got that swag. I don't know. It's tough. We'll see what happens, though. This is only the second preseason game. The Knicks are done in Abu Dhabi. They'll get themselves together, and then they'll be flying back home. I believe they got 3 more preseason games in the States. So we'll see. The next 2 are going to be very telling. The last one is going to be a dress rehearsal, most likely, for what the regular season roster and rotation is going to look like. So these next 2 are going to be very important. But I'll tell you, if Garrison Matthews keeps playing the way he's playing, the Knicks have a decision to make, because I wouldn't throw this guy out of here and just put him on the freaking G League team. No. If he's playing like this and moving around and being active and knocking down shots and also trying to be aggressive on defense at times, you know what I mean? Like, how you just going to let a dude like that go, and knowing that he can actually impact the game at points? Oh, look, the bottom line is, if you can knock down shots, you should be here. So they got to figure that out. But we'll see. Landry Shamet still got 2 games to do some stuff, because we don't know the next 2 games. Landry might light it up a little bit. He might, have 10 or 11 points or something like that. And, Matthews might struggle a little bit. It's still early. But so far, Matthews is looking like he wants to be on this team. Outside of that, Jalen Brunson finished with 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting. He had 2 assists and 2 steals. But I will tell you could see he was much more aggressive today, and his shot was falling a little. It was a little better today. So he only played 16 minutes. Brunson is fine. He's right where he needs to be. Mikal Bridges, once again, I said I feel like Mikal Bridges is going to have a great year. Some people are like, he's going to have a career year. I don't know, but I will tell you, Mikal Bridges is looking good so far in these first 2 games. He looks very active. He looks very comfortable. He looks like he's got the green light to go out there and do whatever he wants. I mean, he finished with 10 points, 4-4 shooting. He knocked down both his free throws. He had 2 rebounds and an assist and 2 blocks, but he was very active out there. He looked pretty good. Mitchell Robinson played 13 minutes. He had 6 points, 8 rebounds. I mean, very nice. To have 8 rebounds in 13 minutes is great. We'd love to see that. Karl Anthony Towns was kind of quiet, though. He finished with 6 points. He played 16 minutes on 1 of 4 shooting. He missed his only 3 that he took. He knocked down his 4 free throws, and he had 3 rebounds. No big deal. Just one of those games where, maybe things weren't really hitting the way he wanted them to go. I'm not worried about Karl Anthony Towns. It was nice to see OG Anunoby back, because he missed the first game. But he had 13 points. He came out the gate hot. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal on 4 of 7 shooting and 3 of 5 from 3. So he looked really good. Jordan Clarkson is still working on things. He missed a couple shots again, and then he started to hit a little bit, but he is not locked in yet. So I hope Knicks fans understand Jordan Clarkson has been in this league a long time, for being a young guy. He'll be fine, and he can be streaky, so just understand that. He finished with 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Got to knock down your free throws, though. McBride, so tale of 2 McBrides as usual, finished with 2 points in 15 minutes, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. He had 3 rebounds and 2 assists, 1 block. He was still active. He still did things to help the team, but he just wasn't as, locked in offensively as he was in the first game. That's no big deal. This is not the only thing I'm paying attention to is what he does over the next 2 games or so to see if he can, continue to build. If this game was one that wasn't that hot, he wasn't locked in. If the next game he is, I'll be very encouraged, because the bottom line with Deuce is throughout the season, he had multiple games where his shot wasn't falling. We don't need that type of Deuce. We need a Deuce that can bounce back and get back into that rhythm. So as long as even if he's up and down, like in each game, like if it's a 1 good game, 1 bad game, it's okay. As long as he's making the adjustment and kind of getting out of that funk. Because this past year, you guys saw it. So, Gershon Yabusele, once again, I'm not worried about him either, because he played 19 minutes, which is a good amount of time, and he only had 3 points, and he had 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. But so the only thing that bothers me a little bit is that he didn't have any rebounds, because in 19 minutes of play at 6'9", you got to get some rebounds. You don't have to get a bunch, but you got to get some rebounds. The shooting wise, he only took 2 shots, so I'm not mad at him for that. He knocked down one. He knocked down his only 3 of the game, so that his whole game will come in time, and we know he shoots 38% from 3. He'll be fine. Malcolm Brogdon played 16 minutes, and he looked to me, and I don't know, because I didn't really get a chance to see him too much the first game, except for the highlights. I saw him in this one. He had 5 points. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He was 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and he was 1 of 2 from the field. He looked okay. I would say he looked okay. He just looked like somebody out there managing the game the way they want, not somebody being too aggressive with scoring, just doing whatever was needed at the time. So I'm not worried about Malcolm Brogdon. But if you were like trying to judge on if he really deserves to be a part of this team, you can't, because it's how he's being used, right? So, which also tells me that he's going to be here no matter what, because they're not really forcing the issue with him. They're not asking him to be aggressive scoring wise and do stuff. He's just out there playing. So I think Malcolm Brogdon is going to be here, guys. So for those that are still thinking that somebody's going to beat him out for a spot, I think Brogdon's going to be here no matter what. Because even when the Knicks play well and everything is flowing right, yeah, you may not worry about it too much, but there's going to be moments when the Knicks play good teams that play good defense, that know how to stop the motion offense or slow it down, and you need somebody who's a competent ball handler out there to break those defenses down and still get the Knicks, some playmaking shots and stuff like that. So, and that's what Brogdon's known for. So, as much as some of y'all may be like, I don't know about him, he's probably going to be here no matter what. Landry Shamet played 9 minutes, 46 seconds. He finished with 6 points. Like I said, he knocked down both his shots. He didn't do anything else in the ancillary stats. So no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks. Kevin McCullough Jr., I love Kevin McCullough. He played 12 minutes, had 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. So he's active. I like McCullough, be honest with you guys. And listen, I know everybody's not on board with this, but if they trade Pacom Dadier, I'm okay if they use McCullough here and there if they need to. They may not need to, but I would like to see McCullough get some burn. Just saying. Tyler Kolek played 10 minutes. He had 4 points. Looks like 1 rebound and 1 steal. He was 2 of 8 from the field. His shot wasn't falling. So for the Kolek haters, y'all going to look at that and say, yeah, you see, he just doesn't look like he deserves to be here. I don't know. He may be right. I don't know. Mohamed Diawara played 7 minutes. He had 3 points. He had 2 rebounds. And he was one of 1. He was 1 of 2 from the field. I'm sorry. Ariel Hukporti. I said before everybody played at least 6 minutes. No, Ariel Hukporti played only 5 minutes, which is kind of surprising. I thought he played a little bit more than that, but I guess I was wrong. He only played 5 minutes, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But maybe they just want to take a look at other people right now, and they will give Hukporti more minutes in the next couple preseason games. So don't read too deep into that. He finished with 3 points and 2 rebounds in the 5 minutes of play. So that's pretty good. That's getting some usage out of your time out there. Tosan Ivbumwan, I don't know. I'm trying with that name. He played 8 minutes. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and he was 3 of 3 from the field. He looked pretty good, though. I honestly, what you see from the Brooklyn Nets highlights, that's what he looked like. So, if that's who he is, it's good to know. The only bad thing is we already know that with McCullough and with Tosan and with Trey Jemison III, they're all on 2-way contracts. So they won't be able to play in the playoffs unless the Knicks decide to make a change and give them a regular contract, which means someone else has to get cut. So, I don't know. But there's that. Then Matt Ryan played. I know you guys love Matt Ryan. He played 8 minutes. He had 3 points and 1 assist on 1 of 4 shooting from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. And lastly, the person I just mentioned, Trey Jemison III, played 8 minutes. He had 5 points. He had 3 rebounds. He was 2 of 4 from the field and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So that's your New York Knicks team in a nutshell, y'all. The Sixers had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures, but keep in mind they played less players. They played around 13 or whatever, 12 or 13, and the Knicks played 19. So, that makes sense. They got some of their guys got a little bit more love because they had less to work with, less to play. Yeah, but anyway, let me just say what's up to people in the chat. Thank you guys for being here and tuning in. Let me shout y'all out, and then I'll open it up real quick. First off, shout out to Walter Blackman in the building. What up, Walter? Appreciate you. Said good afternoon, Ron and my Knicks family. Good game. I like Matthews. He can really shoot. It does look good when so that's the thing. I don't just look at the fact that he's knocking down shots. I look at how he's knocking down shots. That ball be going through the rim wet, just net. And that shows a lot about, how good you can shoot it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Shamit, but it's Matthews guy. Ugh. Shout out to Sha Powers in the building. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on, Sha? One half of the Knicks Real Talk crew. And shout out to my brother Divine as well. Please show them some love as always. Hit that like, subscribe, and send them some comments on the shows. Shout out to Nostalgic Nick in the building with the fire emojis. What up, Nostalgic? Kareem Grant is in the building. Salute, Kareem. He says, salute everyone. Shout out to Ron. Salute, fam for life. Appreciate you. And thank you for being a member of the SKF Army, my brother. Shout out to Latoria. He is. Let's go. What up, Latori? I just combined your nickname and your real. What am I doing? Shout out to Tori B. What's going on? Let's go. Don't mind me. And hold on. Let me do this real quick because it annoys me. Give me a second. I got my motion activation on my camera. I don't like it. It just all over the place. I don't like. This is not what I want right now. Give me a second. Let me shut this off. Okay. There we go. It's a good feature, but sometimes you just don't want that. You know what I mean? There we go. All right. Back to the chat. She says, hey, good people. Appreciate you as always, Tori. Nick Yak is in the building. What up, Nick Yak? Said Mitch, Bridges, and Brunson were real good today. Yeah, I liked what I saw from them. Shout out to David Smith in the building. David, what's going on? He says, salute to Ron in the chat. Look like same old offense in first half with Cat being frozen out the offense. Also don't like Cat at power forward. He is a natural center. But you saw Cat at power forward for a lot of the year last year. And obviously he played center too. But, and when he was with Minnesota, he played power forward all the time with the big bum over there being there. I don't like that dude, so I don't even want to say his name. So, this is what Cat does. That's where he plays. You could say that he didn't get used as much today, but remember, this is for the coaches to take a look at everybody. They already know what Cat can do. And honestly, the only reason why someone like Brunson was able to get more points up there is because he was, going for it. Like he was pushing his way into the paint to get layups or whatever to score the points. Or he probably wouldn't have as much points as he had either, because the Knicks are trying to take a look at everybody. Knicks ain't worried about these preseason games about winning. If you win while you're doing stuff and it works, great. But yeah, David, I wouldn't worry about it. Don't look at this as nothing. Don't worry. In the next couple games, you're going to see things change a little bit. But that fifth game, you're going to see the Knicks playing the way you expect the Knicks to play. So I wouldn't stress it, bro. Shout out to Phil Porto in the building. What up, Phil? Good to see you, my brother. And shout out to everybody over at the Nick of Time show, the whole fam over there. Guys, please look forward to checking out Phil and our guy Eru and Apollo with the Knicks nightcap. The show is ramping up. They should be filming shows very soon. They got a whole schedule out, so definitely check them out and show them some love. Appreciate you, Phil. Okay, let me see. Chris Gotti's in the building. What up, Chris? Good to see you. Says salute. Chris says the team is still adjusting to the new system. That's facts. HRM in the building. What up, HRM? Good to see you. He says Cat isn't aggressive enough. That may be true. Right now, I'm not too worried about it until we get to games that matter. That's when he's got to go do his thing. You know what I mean? Wiz BKLA is in the building. What up, Wiz? Said all-star, all-NBA, all-defense. OG is my son. I hear you. Commander 336 in the building. What up, Commander? Said don't get too excited about Brogdon, speaking from experience. Oh, I hear you. Listen, I'm trying to be as objective as possible. I was never the biggest fan of Brogdon, but I know he's been a good player. I'm gonna let it play out, man. I'm gonna let it play out. Building block says Shamit defense is better. Yeah, I mean, then Matthews. Yes, I agree. That's why I said like this is kind of tough because Shamit can bring a little bit more all around than Matthews can bring. But if Matthews' shot is the way it is, and he can make a difference out there when you need buckets to keep you know things going, sometimes in games you can get in sequences where you can't get a bucket, the defense is clamped down. A guy like Matthews is dangerous because it's hard to stop a good 3-point shooter. It is. You can, but it's hard to do it. And then once you have to overcommit, that allows lanes for others to get off. So I'm just saying. P Sways in the building says send all the youngins to the G League, including Pacom, sign all the vets. Okay. Shout out to Anthony D in the building. What up, Anthony? Good to see you as always. Says salute, Knicks fans. Anthony D says Brogdon is making the team unless hurt. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's been too good of a player in his career, and even when you don't think you're going to need it, at some point you're going to need a guy like Brogdon on the team. So that's how it is. Carlos Tejada is in the building. What up, Carlos? Said keep Brogdon, Shamit, Matthews, and get rid of Kolek and Dadier. Young boys ain't it. Well, I'll be honest. Kolek just had an okay game today. He didn't really do himself any favors. We'll see. I think the Knicks are going to wait as long as they can. Right? As long as they can before making their move. We definitely know it's got to happen before opening night, but I think they're going to try to wait as long as they can to see what these guys can do. Like, for some, like Kolek, this is your second shot at being able to make an impression. You had the summer league. It's okay. Give you a pass. It wasn't that great. You had a moment, but for the most part, you wasn't that great. So now is your second opportunity. You're talking about training camp, working against the guys, and then you got 5 preseason, or at least got 3 or 4 preseason games to do something out there. We'll see. But I got to tell you, if they traded, I know people are upset about it, and I know you look at it like you're saying, Pacom Dadi is a first-round pick. How do you just trade this guy for nothing at this point? Just to open up a roster spot for, journeyman players like Shamit or, or even Matthews. Like, you're trying to win a championship. You know what I mean? And the Knicks are not one and done in reference to having young players on the team. Yes, Pacom Dadier was a sort of an investment. And yes, he might be okay in the league eventually. Right now, he still looks a little raw. And you got to understand, like, the Knicks are not devoid of young talent just because you get rid of Pacom Dadier. You still got Ariel Hukporti. Even if you decide to get rid of Kolek or get rid of Kolek and Dadier, you still got Ariel Hukporti. You still got McCullers. You still got Diawara. You still got Dink Pate in the G League. You still got these guys that you signed to two-way deals, Trey Jemison III and Tosan, who are young-ish players, like mid-20s, should I say. Like, there's stuff there. We still don't know what they're doing with James Najee. There's guys kind of scattered around, so it's like not like you're getting rid of all your young talent. The other guys aren't proven, so they're not looked at as high commodities yet. Dadier has at least been on the regular team with a real contract, and you've seen him here and there, and he's the youngest one. But I'm just saying it ain't all over if they do decide to trade him. I don't know. I know some people may not want to hear that, but I'm just saying the Knicks do have other young talent that they can pull from. I like Diawara. If you give Diawara some minutes, I think Diawara might give you more than what Dadier is doing right now. I'm sorry to say that. I just think that the problem with Dadier is I've seen guys like Dadier before, and I think he will be fine in the league. but Dadier needs to play. Dadier needs to get minutes and reps. You give him minutes and reps, he gets comfortable and he can do some things out there. But I just don't know if he's going to be able to get enough of it with the Knicks. Like, I feel like he needs to play and be used as an option. And I just don't know if he's going to get it. So, Double D's in the building. What's going on? He says, it's so refreshing seeing a more fluid offense with everyone consciously involved in the game, passing and moving, and coaches motion offense, as opposed to Tom Tibbs grinded out offense with JB dribble. I get it. I get it. dribble. I get it. Appreciate you, bro. Mono Chu is in the building. Big up. What up, Mono Chu? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. David Smith says, Cat is a power forward. Please, Mike Brown, stop that failed experiment from Minnesota. Cat's a mismatch nightmare to all centers in the league. He is a natural center and plays his best basketball as a C. Well, maybe you're right, and we'll see. I mean, if we can see it, multiple coaches are going to be able to see it too. So if they feel like that's the case, they will make a change to get him in that position more. I guarantee you that they'll notice that if he's playing better at center than power forward, they'll notice. Oh, and I will say the Yabusele block was a really good block. Yes. He needs to work on some stuff, but that block was a great block. That's facts, Chris. Knicks won today is in the building. Said need both Brogdon and Clarkson. They are different positions. Brog is a point guard. Clarkson is a shooting guard. Okay, that's fair. Shammer is a keeper. Okay, Shamit, I got you. Anthony D says, please, enough of the excuses about Kolek. He is not right for this team. I see what you did there. You spelled it like colic, like it's a bad thing. I see what you did there, though. Oh, man. Coach Sire in the building said, or we make a lopsided trade to gain a roster spot. Okay, I see what you're saying. Shout out to you, Coach. Good to see you as always. Just Knicks is in the building. Salute. What up, Just Knicks? AP in the building. What up? Said SKF. Yuri's in the building. What up, Yuri? Said shout out to AP. Got you. Okay. All right, I'm breezing through. Randu's in the building. What up, Randu? Appreciate you, my guy. Good to see you. The Wolf Perry is in the building. What up, my guy? Jordan Clarkson is the Kobe Bryant of campaigns. Oh, man, that's funny. Chris Gotti says, wins the next preseason game versus Wolves. Hold on. Oh, wait. I got a this is not the Knicks, though. This is just the NBA. Hold on. Schedule. It's October 9th, Thursday. At 7:30 p.m. All right. Okay. Shout out to my guy Walter Blackman for becoming a member once again. Appreciate you as always, Walter. Thank you for being a part of the SKF Army. Lonnie Meeks is in the building. Said Bridges played more aggressively. His escape from Tibbs. You might be right. Listen, I just know he's going to have a good year. Let me put this this link out there while I'm going through the last of these. So obviously, if anybody wants to join the panel, the link is in the chat. Um, Allah Wise is in the building. What up, Allah? Good to see you. Peace, Ron, he says. My 2 cents is in the building. Said Daddy upside is huge at 20, and we need a backup wing. Depth is worth keeping. Kolik can go. Think is the next PG superstar, says Nostalgic Nick. All right. Isaiah Acosta is in the building. Said, what's good, Ron? Glad to be here today. Appreciate having you, Isaiah. You're doing well. Nick Nation is in the building. Appreciate you, Nick Nation. All right. Okay. Well, I got to the bottom, y'all. So once again, thank you to everybody here for rocking on this beautiful Saturday. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, also those on X. Appreciate y'all. Also, shout out to my peoples tuned in on Facebook with the likes. Shout out to my guy JK, my boy Steven Crespo, and Lena Franklin in the building. What up, Lena? Let's go. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Thank you to everybody. And as I always say, man, please smash that like button and show some love for the show. You know, we definitely need it, and YouTube likes to see that. If you don't know what the like button looks like, it looks a little something like this. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. So smash the like if you're subscribed. Thank you for being here. If you're not, think about it, man. This content is pretty good. I don't mind it. So thank you so much for being here and rocking with me. All right, let me get my guy up here. Okay. What up, Sha?
What's good, Ron? What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, brother, man. I'm just I'm happy that the Knicks went out there and got another W, looking good while they're learning. So that was good to see. I was confused as hell, but it looks like it's all worked out now. I was like, I don't know why the NBA.com is giving me all these weird scores and like updates. I'm like, it was tripping, man. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, how do you feel about the game and everything you got to see?
Like you said earlier, I only got to watch it one time, you know what I mean? And you know what I seen was pretty okay. You know what I mean? Everybody seemed like they played the whole team. You know what I mean? Everybody played, and everybody got a couple of minutes in there, about 5 minutes or so, something like that. So you know, it looked okay. Some of the guys that we look forward to played a little bit better. You know, incredible minutes from Mitchell Robinson with the type of production he getting in such short minutes. You know, good to see him out there with OG today. That was a good look.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like when they both went out together around 5-6 minutes left in the quarter, they came back in first quarter. I mean, in the second quarter around the same time too. So maybe that might be something that you might see more this year with OG and Mitch on the court together. Seeing OG and Yabusele out there. I mean, it was a whole lot of lineups today. He really ran a couple of lineups to try to figure out what he's going to do. So, and he's still leaving it up in the air to how he's going to start the season. You know, I mean, Josh Hart being hurt right now could be a determining factor that you know, might sway some way or something like that. So let's see what happens.
Agreed. Yeah, I was actually happy to see McCullough go out there and be aggressive. You know what I mean? Listen, I really want this kid to be a part of this team. I know it's kind of like it's a little bit of a long shot. And I know some people might be like, well, what do you mean? He's got a 2-way contract. It's because the whole thing is, and we talked about this a little bit last week, I think. When it comes to 2-way players, you don't really want to use them early because you want them, they have to play half their time in the G League and then the other half with the NBA club. So you want them to play most of their time with the G League early so that you can use them late and be able to have them on the roster, especially if you deal with injuries later in the season. You want them to be available. Here's the problem with that too. So it's a good thing, and that's what the Knicks want to try to do. But the flip side is, if you got the young man playing in the G League, there's all these games with the NBA club that's going to be happening. Guys are going to get comfortable. Guys are going to get in certain rotations, and you're going to have your squad. So by the time he's available to use, you really don't have no place to even put McCullough in the game unless you get injuries or something. So it's one of those tough ones that it may be a year where these two-way guys may not be able to help as much. And then we all already know the worst case scenario is that you need these two-way guys to help. I hope that doesn't happen. That probably means people got hurt. But then after the regular season's done, you can't use them unless you cut somebody and then add them. So it's a little tricky with the Knicks right now. But hey, like I said, there's something it's a good problem to have. They're just going to have to work it out and figure it out. And hopefully they don't need to worry about McCullough. I know for McCullough's development, players that want to see him or other young guys may be a little disappointed. But as long as they brought in that coach that's supposed to help with development for a reason, this is going to help these guys. Because as I said last week, when I said that I don't really think these guys are here to really play, they're here to get better while they're on the squad, but this is not their time yet. So,
yeah, with McCullough, there is a way that he could come up. Maybe towards the end of the year, they stay with this 14-man roster. He goes out there and excuse my French, balls to the wall out there in the G League and really go ham out there. At the end of the year, they could bring him up on a contract, maybe something similar to a PJ Tucker at the end of the year for that 15-man rotation. I believe that's how they're going to build the 15th man anyway. Somebody in that G League should be the guy that they bring up to sign to a small contract at the end of the year, and then bring him back up. They can sign him to another small contract at the beginning of the next year. I mean, so let's see. That's probably the way that he gets up here. But he's going to be real essential for us just in case. Because if they do let Pacone go, we may need someone that can fill in, you know what I mean? And hopefully, like you said, won't need him so early with a lot of the guys that we have. But if something happens and he could come up for a 3-4 game little stretch or something like that and really play pretty good when he's up here and then go back to the G League and still continue to ball out, yeah, I could see him coming up here at the end of the year. I think they have that option with him being on the two-way contract to do what they did with that PJ Tucker thing at the end of the year and sign him to whatever's left on the contract for a 1-year deal and whatever the crap that thing they call. I forgot the name of it, but
yeah, that's facts. Oh wow! Shout out to Isaiah Acosta for becoming a new member of the SKF Army. Appreciate you. You know what it is. Thank you for being a part of the Army, my guy. And I haven't started it yet, but once we get into the regular season, I will start doing the members only content again. I have some ideas for doing something different. We'll see. I don't want to shortchange the other people that tune in regularly, but I do have to do something a little special for the members. I appreciate y'all. So stay tuned for that. Next couple of weeks, we're going to figure something out. I'm also working on another little idea right before the regular season starts, but I'll let you guys know once that happens, if it comes through. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah. So what did you think about? So now we got to see this two games in a row. The big man lineup.
Mitchell Robinson is healthy. Mitchell Robinson is going to be a threat, and Cat is used to playing with a big man that plays the middle. So, and what makes it a good look is Mitch is grabbing rebounds, and Cat is going down there to help him on the block. Today, you've seen some fouls, some Cat, but they were defensive fouls. He went for it, he couldn't make it, but he fouled the guy. So I like fouls like that. I don't like aimless fouls when you reach in and he ain't making a move and now you pick up a foul for nothing. So that was good. You know what I mean? Mitch is starting to look like they're featuring Mitch a little bit more. You know what I mean? They're throwing the pass into him on the block now and cutting to the basket and, giving him more. This is the first time I seen Mitchell Robinson get blocked ever in my life. But he went for a move that I never right. He went for a move that I never expected for him to do. So it was worth it. Oh, you went for that move. You didn't get up like you should, but you tried it. That was the effort. I like that. So they are trying to feature him a little bit more. Could be a little bit, limited time. Like I said, this, what was it, 6 points? Something. Did he have 10 rebounds, 11, 10, something like that, rebounds, something like that? So, with more minutes. 8. So, with more minutes.
He played 13 minutes, though.
13 minutes. So with more minutes, you know what I mean, the production should be a little bit better. You know what I mean? That's the emphasis for this year. Better production from the better percentages. Better percentages from better production, or whatever, however that goes and stuff like that. You know, you get out there, you shoot a better percentage, you score better, and you're not burning yourself out. So I'm with all that. You want to feature Mitch, that makes it good, and you have to watch out for Mitch. This is one of the most beautiful things that I noticed today, and I noticed a lot with Mitch being on the court, how he gets a lot of his baskets. If you have a team that drives to the hole and the big man has to step away from Mitchell Robinson and leave Mitchell Robinson with the defenders on his back, it's a wrap. Mitchell Robinson, majority of the time, is going to grab the rebound and get the offensive rebound. And now with this new offensive threat that he's going to grab the ball and go back up. You know what I mean? Maybe hard. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. And look, I know obviously everybody knows in the back of our minds the hack of Mitch thing that's still going to be an issue. You know, as much as Mitch works on his free throw shooting, it's just certain people that it's just tough. You know what I mean? The dude, he's a big, tall guy with big hands, and it's just hard for him to get the touch he needs on the shot. I mean, strong. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is what it is. We hope he makes more free throws than not make them. But he's probably going to miss a lot of free throws again. The bottom line, though, the flip side of it, if they make Mitch more active, like we're seeing, he may miss these free throws, but he may get them in foul trouble. And if we can start getting people in foul trouble, that's going to open things up for us. So you can mess around with it if you want, but if the Knicks continue to move the ball, have that motion offense, guys aren't really clicking yet. Not everybody's shot is falling. Guys start hitting their shots, we're going to run you out the gym. I'm telling you right now, you want to try a hack a Mitch, you're going to get in foul trouble. And yes, we may be down for a little bit while you're doing it, or you may be able to stay with us while you're hacking Mitch and he's missing these shots and you guys can stay close. But Mitch ain't going to be in the game the whole game. And when guys are moving the ball, they're going to get the opportunities they want. And eventually you're going to get blown out. You're going to be like, okay, now we need our guys that fouled Mitch early. And so, yeah, it is what it is. It's a problem, but it's a thing that we can work around. So Mitch, I think looked good again, especially in limited minutes. 8 rebounds in 13 minutes is very nice, and 6 points. So that was good. I think it was nice to see Brunson get his shot going a little bit. He was really struggling, like getting the touch in the first game, but this game you could tell that he was being a little bit more aggressive. He hit that 3, he felt good. He was trying to get 4 of them up. He hit a couple. I think he hit another jumper, but then the other points came in the lane as he was being aggressive to the rim. So it was good to see him, going. He's fine. He's in Brunson mode. What did you feel about? I gotta ask this out the gate now. How did you feel about the Landry Shamet Garrison Matthews battle?
Oh yeah, that's something to watch. That is really something to watch. But I think, I think Shamet. I think I'm weighing a little bit towards Shamet because of I just know him. Somebody that knows his name. I know his name. You know what I mean? And I know he can knock down a 3-point shot. He has shown that he can shoot it with no effort. Limited time to get up in the air and set up. So he can do some of the same things. And I like his defense. He helps. He's a help defense on the backside. Somebody cuts back on the thing and he goes to help from the backside. So I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gadsden is he can knock down a shot, man. That corner 3-point shot he likes them corners, and they're looking to move towards the corners this year. I think he's almost I'm not sure if his averages, but he has to be about 40%, 38 at least from the 3-point in the corners. So Shamet is somewhere around there too. It all depends on how many you put up. And if Shamet's only putting up 3 and this guy's putting up 6, and the percentage is 40% apiece, that means he's in at least one more shot than Shamet. So I that's if you're playing a analytics thing.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Let me get let me see, where's my 3 man? Here we go. Let me get my guy Yuri in here.
Yo,
what's up, brother?
What's going on, Yuri?
Chilling, man. What a great way to end the weekend in Abu Dhabi. 2-0 in the preseason.
Very nice.
Miles all around. It's orange and blue skies. And you know what? I can't wait for the preseason to continue and for them to rust off the plate. Shah, what's up to you, my brother? Good afternoon. And Ron, good afternoon as usual.
Good to see you, Yuri, as always.
Right back at you, right? Same. Ditto from Ron. Ditto.
So I see you talking a little bit about Mitch, and you had something to say about that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say this flat out because I know we got a lot of people, but I'm a man with a mic. The double pick lineup is fake. It's fugazi. The way the Knicks play better is when Mitch and Cat are not on the same floor together. Cat's game's affected. Mitch's game's effective. I've been noticing that a lot throughout the first two games so far. It can work. You know, the double big lineup, it can work to some extent. I'm not going to throw it out completely. You should throw it out in situational scenarios. Like, for say, example, it's 97, Knicks, Cleveland. You need basically a stop. You know, there's no timeouts left. Cleveland loses their last timeout. They draw up the play. They run a pick and roll action, bullet, right? You have Mitch in the perimeter, right? But you have Mobley trying to take a three. Put Cat on Mobley in those last seconds. And then have Mitch protect the paint. That's one way it can work. That's one scenario. But when Mitch is on the floor, the Knicks are better defensively. The perimeter is better defensively. When Cat is on the floor separately, the Knicks are better offensively. But as a supplement,
facts.
You put Deuce in a lineup with OG.
That's a fact.
The defense is better along with Mikal. The way, and I like how Mike Brown realized that, and he stuck with one of them throughout that one quarter. And I'm looking forward to Mike Brown to make that adjustment as the season goes on.
I think
he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
You're right. You're right.
You know, another thing, and the only thing that I will say is that we're seeing Mike Brown use a lot of different rotations and play a lot of people and just try to get guys going and giving them freedom. So we're also seeing like Mikal Bridges being aggressive. We saw in that first quarter, OG Anunoby was being aggressive. So maybe at times they could have featured Cat or run different plays to get Cat the ball and get him open. But, they were kind of going with the flow of the game. Mikal was being aggressive. OG definitely was being aggressive. And even we saw Brunson, when he got the ball, he said, okay, these guys are being aggressive. I got to be aggressive. So I'm pushing it to the hole. So it kind of leaves Cat, out there on an island because, he's the big guy with the ball. He's not going to be dribbling all over the place. So I get it. It doesn't look as good. But the flip side is, you could do little wrinkles with a guy like Cat that you can't do with another big, right? When Mitch comes to set the screen at the top of the key or wherever it is, why not have Mitch do the screen and roll to the basket and then have Cat fill in behind the guy that Mitch is setting the screen for. So if Mitch comes up, he sets the screen, he rolls to the basket, the guy, whoever he's setting the screen from, goes around them, and then Cat fills in right from where the guy left. If the Knicks are playing good, they can get the ball back out to Cat. Cat can get an easy three. I've seen that play run by Indiana and by a couple other teams who have the motion offense. The Knicks don't really do that, but that's a way you could use Cat with that too big lineup that makes it kind of unstoppable. Because the first option may be, Mitch roll into the basket if he's open. Of course, I would think the player has to pass the ball to Mitch to, right down low. But if that's not there, the player makes the cut and moves off of the screen, and then Cat just fills in behind them for an easy, wide open 3-point shot. Or look, should I say. I don't know. It's a thought, but I hear you. It's a work in progress, and we saw it. When they tried the double big lineup in the playoffs, I did not like it at all. But I also know that they didn't practice it. They didn't have enough time to roll with it.
Right.
This year, maybe they can do some things off of it, but I wouldn't do this all the time. I would definitely try to switch things up, whatever works the best. If you noticing that it's just not working no matter what you try to do, then yeah, you got to move around. You got to switch it up.
And that's why I'm a big advocate for Deuce in a starting lineup. And the reason why I'm an advocate, right? I look at the plus minus differences. I'm a huge on that. I think it's a big factor in many different scenarios, even in the playoffs, even in the regular season as well. Plus minus to me is very important, regardless of how people view it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, the double big lineup in game 1 in the preseason was a plus minus, was a +3, right? That was in game 1. Game 2 was a +5. So they're starting to practice it, right? But when Deuce is in the lineup, the Knicks were a +11 in game 1 of the preseason. And when Deuce is out there, like today, with OG, the Knicks were a +10.
Mm. Mm.
And when Deuce is out there with Mitch, they're even +18. Or plus, like, you got to make the argument and say, yo, maybe Deuce is the factor, it's the X factor for us.
I mean, he definitely could be. He could be. Real quick, shout out to Nick Nation. Appreciate you for being a YouTube SKF Army member. Appreciate you. You know what it is, man. Thank you. Thank you guys for supporting and being a part of the family. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, you make a really, really good point. And that's the thing. Like, that's why we don't know yet, right? Right now it's preseason and you guys got to let it work. You got to give it some time. For those who may not be happy with it in the chat, give it some time. Let's see where it is. I guarantee you, and I'm telling you right now, Mike Brown is not a bad coach. He's a smart coach. He's got a good coaching staff around him. They're going to see if their double big lineup is not working out properly. They are going to make the adjustments and change, just like what he did today. When he went off of that and then he went with more of a traditional have one big, like, he's going to make the changes. He's going to try everything, see how it plays out. They've got the analysts, all that stuff that are looking at the analytics and all that. He's got all of that. By the time we get to regular season in the games matter, they're going to make the right decision to see what makes sense for them to put more time into or to go away from. I'm not worried about it. But this is a side thing. I'm just going to do this. I might have to do this, because he's on a milk carton. I might have to do this like every
Stay on milk carton.
Anybody know where James Najee is?
Not that.
I got no clue. Where's James Najee, y'all? He's not signed to anything, not even an Exhibit 9, Exhibit. Where is James Najee?
Okay. Not even a G League?
Nothing. Nothing. Not right now. He's on nothing. I mean, the Knicks still have his rights because of the trade with Cat, but he's just not signed to anything. I don't know. I'm so confused. You telling me you couldn't even invite the dude to camp to get he can't even be in training camp?
That some people must have really, really messed up, man.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, it feels funky. It wouldn't feel as bad. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't even be asking about this if Mr. Najee himself didn't tell his people in Europe that I'm not going out there. I'm staying in the state. Like, he's here. What does he do? I don't know. I'm so confused, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, moving on. But if any of y'all see James Najee,
that is funny you said that, Ron. That's funny. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Where is he?
I got no clue, man. I'm like so lost right now. But anyway, also shout out to MC Sports in the building. Salute to you. Shout out to Joey Rip 'em Up Sports. Appreciate you, my guy. And Knicks Nation 112, where the players dwell. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. And Building Blocks is in the building. What up, Building Blocks? He said he might be barred from Dubai. Dude, yeah.
That could be a possibility. That could be a possibility.
Maybe, right?
Oh, man, you never know. But yeah. So okay. So that's that. And I think, I honestly think, look, Mitch and Kat both have different value, both important. We need both these guys right now. No matter how we look at it, the Knicks they're gonna be tested. Right now, let's not get it twisted. This is preseason basketball.
Right.
Guys are not in their regular form on either side. And you also, even if they were in regular form, you playing a depleted 76ers team with no Embiid, no Grimes, no whatever his name is, McCain, no Paul George, no Kyle Lowry. Like, this dude's missing. Like, so
to be fair,
yeah,
I would like a counterpoint to that. We were missing Josh Hart as well.
That's true. It's true. It's true. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, let's keep it a buck. It's preseason. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see when there's a need, because the Knicks are going to have to play defense. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt.
Yeah, we're learning, but we're going to have to step up at some point.
That's what I wanted to say. Want to bring up a point to that, actually. I was very closely looking at the defense. I know, preseason, not everyone's in tip-top shape. Everyone's still taking a rest, so I'm going to take that into account. No drop coverage.
Right. No drop coverage.
That's fact. They're switching. They quick switching, too. What they call it? Aggressive switching.
Aggressive
switching.
Is
it working right now?
Well,
I gotta see it how it looks in a regular game.
The same.
It's different. It's something different.
It is something different, and I think it's going to work, but it is something that guys got to get used to. And honestly, as the guys who don't play the greatest defense have to try harder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Switching means you have to react quicker. It doesn't change the fact that you may not be the best defender, but you got to get to your spot quicker. Because if you get to your spot quicker, you stop the other player from making their move, or breaking you down to get an open shot for themselves or for someone else. You get to that spot right off the screen, bam, you're right there before they even, that's why it's aggressive switching rather than just the normal switching the Knicks were doing in the past. You got to get there quick.
And we already thought last year that it was terrible with Cat just dropping by himself. Can we imagine both our big men dropping on coverage? Mitchell Robinson and Cat on that drop coverage, because they would, if it was Tom Thibodeau, more than likely that's what it would be. But this new thing of this aggressive switching, I noticed it, and it looks good. It singles you out, but usually you on the same side with another strong defender on your side. So if Cat's on one side, you'll see OG or Mikal with him too. I mean, it's very rare that you see Cat on one side with Brunson or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's I hope it works.
I hope it works too, but I had to point it out, and it was a refreshing change to see.
Mm-hmm. I just had to say different.
I had to say it was very refreshing to see no drop coverage.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm 100% with you on that. And shout out to Latoria B. Man, she said, "Man, Edgecombe is going to be a problem." Yeah, that kid is. I like that kid. I was telling my boy earlier. I was like, when it comes to the players in the draft, I don't really make a big deal about guys. The guys are good, they're good. The guys aren't that good, they're not that good. But for whatever reason, this kid Edgecombe has got me like, I like watching him. The kid is good.
Man. It's got an edge.
Yeah, there's something about him. Something about that kid. He's explosive, and what he was doing in the summer league, he was tearing them dudes up, man. Pause. Why? See, I gotta stop hanging out with these YNs like the kids like to say, because they're messing me up with this pause stuff. I'm too old for this pause stuff. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, but yeah, I think that the Philadelphia, I try to tell people before, do they have dysfunction over there? Yes. Is it going to take them a little time because the chemistry is all over the place? Yes. But if they are all healthy, Philly going to be a little bit of an issue. I'm going to tell you right now, do not sleep on Philly, because if you got Edgecombe, you got Maxey, you got Embiid, you got Grimes, you got Paul George, Kyle Lowry, you got McCain. Them 7 dudes right there is not regular. Okay, I'll take Lowry out when it comes to the 7 dudes, but them 6 dudes is real. They're a problem. Them 6 dudes could get busy. So yeah, I wouldn't sleep on Philadelphia. But
I wouldn't sleep on Philly either. I think they're going to be a pick, man. I'm picking them as a dark horse. I'm picking them as a dark horse. There's many teams I pick as a dark horse. If Philly's healthy, that's a dark horse team I'm very scared to check out. That's a fact.
Okay, so outside of that, another thing that we've kind of all been, thinking about and just hoping that it plays out that way. But Mikal Bridges, how good has Mikal Bridges looked these first 2 games of these preseason? I know it's just preseason, but once again, we gotta take the good and take it, and build off of it. He's looked great. He's looked aggressive. He's looked aggressive on defense. He's looked like very active, moving. He's moving quick. I like it. I think the fact of not only the motion offense, but playing fast is playing to Mikal's strengths. How do you feel about that, Yuri?
I feel like you're 100% right. I've said this on your call-up show plenty of times, Juan. I feel like Tom Thibodeau held Mikal Bridges back a crap ton. He was basically a 3-point shooter. That's not his game. Mikal Bridges is a slasher. He goes to the rim. He does reverse layups. Does his fadeaways. He's got a nice mid-range game to it. He can be a point of attack defender. I think he's better at the point of attack this year compared to how he was last year. You want to know why? Because he's not playing 43 minutes a night. He's actually getting rest. In order to be a point of attack defender, you have to have fresh legs. You gotta have fresh legs. Have to. And not to mention as well, if he can play the point of attack this year in a regular season with fresh legs, because now that Mike Brown's going to be expanding rotation to 10 people, 9 people, sometimes 10 and a half, depending on a back-to-back, I think Mikal is going to look better for the point of attack than he did last season because he's getting that rest. Along with the motion offense, we're going to see Mikal Bridges. I'm going to go on a highlight. I'm going to see Mikal Bridges average 15 points a night. Because the stats show Mikal's also an X factor. When Mikal Bridges as 15-point plus, right? The Knicks last season were 8-2 when he averages that many teams. When he averages that many points. They're 8-2. Some around that area.
Okay.
Very interesting stat to point out.
Interesting. All right. What about you, Shah? How you feel about Mikal in the style of play fitting his style of play? Oh, you might be on mute. I think you're on mute, Shah, but then again, you might be away.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I missed the whole question. Right? What was it? I'm sorry.
I was just saying I didn't want to, I don't know if you was busy, but I was just saying, like, what do you think about the new faster style of play and how it fits Mikal's style of play?
It looks perfect, man. I mean, I think I heard both of you guys say about the speed of how he's moving. He is not. Yes, I believe also, like Yuri said, that Tom Thibodeau kind of handcuffed him a little bit. You know what I mean? Put a ball on the ball and chain on his leg a little bit to relegate him to certain things that he wanted. With this other pace type of basketball that I think they want to run, you already seen it. He already took over all the starters went out. Was it this game or last game? All the starters went out and he took over. He just took over. He was the man. He started driving to the hole and going to the hole and passing the ball out and stuff like that. So that's what we want to see from him. And I think this will be a better year for him running a different way, a different style. And he's used to that big shot. You know, this team is going to shoot about 43 pointers, man. If we don't like it, if you like it, if you don't like it, this team may be around upper 30, high 30s, close to 43 pointers a game with the way they play this basketball, this West Coast a la style basketball under Mike Brown. And if we get like that and we can clamp down on the defense with the point, like everyone was talking about this point of attack, he's much better with fresher legs playing point of attack like anybody would be, you know what I mean? And a guy like this that can possibly be in a defensive player of the year type category. I like to see that type of style. Less minutes for all these guys. I don't expect none of these guys to play unless this playoffs or something like that. More than 35 minutes, more than 33 minutes a game. The starters. I think the second unit picks up a whole lot of slack because we have a whole lot. And this is another point for what Yuri said when we were just talking about this on our show last night too. About putting Deuce in the starting lineup. Deuce in the starting lineup not only gives you a better point of defense type of guy, it also makes your second unit so much stronger. That's Clarkson, Mikal, Josh Hart, Yabusele, and Mitchell Robinson. I mean, that's a starting five in somebody's arena. I mean, that's somebody's starting five right there. Those five guys that we're just talking about. So this would I like what I see what they're trying to do with the two big men lineup, because you see Cat and Mitch on the same side of the line, and Cat's trying to pass the ball to Mitch going to the hole a little bit. You've seen that a couple of times this year. So that must be a point of effect thing that they're thinking about. Give Mitch the ball down low. If he get like we talked about earlier about getting in fouls, you may not hit all the free throws, but now this guy got 2 fouls. Now this guy got 3 fouls. We're going into the half, and this guy got 2 fouls or 3 fouls, something like that. He sat down the whole into the second quarter. These are things that make the game easier for you. And but I do like the lineup with Deuce in there. The analytics tell you with Deuce in there, more of a point of and he would be so much easier because he would have no pressure on him now. Only thing he has to do is help Jalen Brunson get the ball over half. You know what I mean? Come around the pick and shoot a jump shot, off of Cat's pick or OG's pick. Yeah, perfect, man. That's what he's come down to the 3-point line. He's another 40% 3-point shooter in the corner too, man. All these guys in the starting unit can hit 3-point shots in the corner if you put Deuce in the starting lineup.
Yeah. That's I like that. Hey, that works. That works. That's something we could build off of. I like that. Shout out to Boogie Down, BX in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. I like that. Wow. It's just so much. It's so much, I know we're in a real honeymoon type of time right now, but there's a lot of optimism and a lot of things to be excited about. I mean, just the fact that even what shot is and not seeing the drop coverage is, like just that alone is getting me excited. If the Knicks can learn how to play a different style of defense, maybe we won't be caught up in the same situations we've been caught up in. Yes, we have looked good defensively in the past, but it's all about sustainability. If you can do it for long periods of time against every team, fine. But you saw when we played the big boys, when we played those good teams in the league, we got smoked. We didn't just lose, we got smacked. So yeah, we need to do things a little differently. We need to figure it out. And guys, it also takes effort. These guys got to go out there and do what they got to do. Now today, another thing that I wanted to say, and I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but we did see Cat get a cat foul, right? Cat needs to avoid getting the cat fouls.
Oh, here we go.
You know what the cat foul?
One of those repeat.
You cannot. He's got to stop the cat foul. I think maybe what they should do is, like in practice, they should just say this part of practice is just defensive only, and they should tape Cat's hands to his side and just let him run around. He can't reach. He can't. So they got to figure it out. But I still think we're gonna be okay.
We're going to be okay. I'm not worried about the cat foul, to tell you the truth. He did say he's taking the criticism heavily. I know it's preseason, so I would at least like to. I'm going to give Cat the benefit of the doubt and see if he improves somewhat defensively, Vaughn.
Yeah. No. I am not magnifying it, David, but this is one foul in 13 minutes, 16 minutes. It's a habit that he has to get away from. It could be one foul today, 3 fouls the next game. Who knows? We don't know. I'm just saying he needs to stay away. First off, last time I checked, when I come to look at the steal leaders in the league, Cat's not on that list. So why are you reaching? Like, what are we doing here? Can you get a steal? Yes. But you're a big man, all right? And no one's looking to you to do that. That's not what your role is going to be. You could say it's inconsequential now, but it's going to matter when we play better teams. When the Knicks might be in a situation where they're playing a good team and they're struggling a little bit and they're a little behind, and then they need to make things happen. Guys, sometimes a coach will tell you this. I only played organized ball for a little while in my life, but when we were struggling a little bit, coach said, make a play. When it comes to making a play, it starts on the defensive end. You tell the whole team that guy's gonna try to make a play. Cat is one of the team members, so he's in. Sometimes you put yourself in a situation like, okay, make a play. I see something. The ball's right there in front of me. Let me see if I can get the steal. And sometimes Cat does get the steal. So it's tough to say it with Cat because, Like he can do things. We saw him. Remember, there was one of those games in the regular season where Cat did something in the last like 4 minutes of the game. He was all over the place defensively, getting blocks, getting steals, and he was scoring. Like he has the ability to do it, but you just his movement sometimes get him into trouble. So I don't know. I don't know what's the best thing to do with when it comes to Cat. You just want him to be out there on the court. That's all I'm asking. That's all it is. That's all I want. Okay. All right. So back to these guys. Malcolm Brogdon. I mean, he's an important factor. I think he's making the team no matter what. But how did you feel today about what you saw from Brogdon, Shah?
I don't want to say a homer so much for Malcolm Brogdon.
I know you like him.
Right. A couple of years ago when they had a chance to get him before he went to Boston, I thought the Knicks could have picked him up. My big thing about him is his history of not playing in the last 5 years or so. I don't think he made 65 games, 64, 65, 66 games. That's one of the things for him. But aside from that, I'm not looking for him to play no more than 18 minutes a night. And I mean, on this team, 18 minutes should be more than enough for him. And some games he won't play because Shamet will play for him, I think. And I mean, I think some nights you can use Shamet. You can use Shamet with Clarkson and Josh Hart to get the ball across and score some baskets. I think you could do that. And I mean, with Brogdon not being on the court that night. And I mean, and I think with him on it, you can already see his skill set. He can knock down an open 3-point shot. He can pass the ball. And he could drive the ball and penetrate and get the foul. And if he gets to the line, he's going to knock down his free throws. So all those things is what we need. Someone that knows how to drive the basketball, someone that can control the pace, somebody can push the pace, and somebody that can score the basketball all three levels. I'm happy about that. Under 18 minutes, keep him healthy this year. If we get 55 games with him plus the playoffs, I'm happy. For $2.something million, I'm super happy. We get 55 games with him plus the playoff, 50 games. If we get 50 games with him plus the playoffs, I'm super stoked.
Okay. I mean, listen, that's fair. I'm cool with that. All right. What do you think, Yuri? How do you feel about Brogdon?
Brogdon is an interesting case. He's a true point guard, that's for sure.
Fact.
True point guard. Someone I hope we actually keep to back up Jalen Brunson. He's going to be the third string point guard, I feel like. I don't think Tyler Clark's going to be the backup, especially with the showing he's been having. I'm not going to bash him, but it's his second year. Come on. You get blocked by a 5'11 dude. Come on.
On your strong side?
On your strong side, too. Like, bro, come on. I don't care if it's preseason. You got to make that. Come on, bro. Come on.
That's fair.
You got to take that into. I know people are going to be like, oh, it's a preseason. That happens usually. But I'm like, come on. There's a reason why Tom Thibodeau didn't play this guy. At all. I think we should, and I can't believe I'm saying that too. I can't believe what I'm saying that too, because I'm like, I'm not saying Brogdon's going to be, John Stockton or whatever, but what he does, he's very versatile. He can give Jalen Brunson some rest. 10 minutes a night at least. 10 minutes of rest can help out Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to factor in.
Yeah. And I will say that, I mean, I know, shout out to Latoria. She says it's only been 2 games, but I wasn't excited with what I saw in Brogdon. I mean, the thing is, Brogdon is just going to go out there and play his game. His game at this point, he's 33. It's a different, he's just going to fill his role. So, and right now, the way the Knicks are playing, trying to play fast and guys like the other difference with him too is Brogdon, does he have to do something to show his relevance on the team? Maybe a little bit, but
not much.
He's pretty much making the team, and he's not hungry. He's been an NBA player at a high level in the past as a starter, and then he's also won the 6th Man of the Year. These other guys,
how many minutes did he play tonight? Do you know?
I believe it was 5 minutes.
Let me see.
I believe it was around that time.
Hold on.
Maybe
no, Brogdon. No, today he played 16.
16.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, 16 minutes.
I wasn't keeping track of the rotation like I did in game 1. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He played 16 minutes. He had 4 rebounds. I mean, it was nice to see 4 rebounds from him, but he had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and he had 5 points, but he only took 2 shots.
Yeah, 1 3-pointer, and he got fouled, right?
He got fouled. He went to the line 3 times.
Yeah.
I think he got fouled on the 3, probably. That's what it was. But yeah, like, so he was just out there, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, he played vet basketball. He wasn't going out there like it was the playoffs or nothing like that.
He
But
wasn't
notice
really
one
pushing
thing, though,
anything.
right? When Jalen Brunson has either Deuce McBride or Malcolm Brogdon out there, that gives Jalen Brunson the opportunity to play off ball. And we
Facts.
saw it today when Jalen Brunson played off ball. Guess what? He got an easy 3-point catch and shoot. And what's Jalen Brunson's strongest suit? Catch and shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He was 42% last year.
Right, they're gonna bet the 40.
A 3-point shot.
That's a good point. Like I said, this is very I love this. This is a fantastic time because we know that the Knicks are working on some new stuff, and we're just seeing a whole bunch of things. It's like a gumbo right now. It's a pot, and everything's in the pot. But some people have some dietary issues, so we're gonna have to start taking some stuff out the pot before the season starts. So I don't know what's gonna come out that pot before we get to the season. That gumbo is gonna be lacking a little bit of flavor.
October 20th. Keep an eye on that date. That's all I'm saying. Keep an eye on October 20th.
Okay.
Keep an eye on October 20th. That's the day people are gonna get cut. That's the day people are gonna make the team. And I'm gonna tell you something. Shamit's got some competition.
He does. He does.
Shamit's got competition.
I just think it's going to come down to what the Knicks value more, because we are also talking about somebody who's not going to be a key player in the rotation, but a part of the rotation, right? So it's I don't know, man. I don't envy the coaching staff and the decision makers to figure out what they feel they're going to need more than. I still think they're going to pick Shamit because of Shamit's all-around play, being able to play on both sides of the ball. And even today, when I saw Shamit out there, he was right in the guy's face.
He was a pet.
He's like, I like his activity, man. It's tough. But Matthews, I wasn't even thinking about Matthews until the Knicks brought him over here. But I can see why they like him.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It is something to watch. It is something to watch, Ron. You're right, and we went over this dilemma before, and I put it on. We know Shamit, the guy that we know his name. You know what I mean? We know that he's scrappy on defense, and yes, he can light it up and hit some 3-point shots. And this year, and he still got a couple more preseason games. But if he can make it through the preseason this year and make it to the regular season, I think he'll be all right. I think if he does make it, he will be the substitution for Malcolm Brogdon on some games going down the stretch. So Brogdon to be almost on what Mitchell Robinson might be on a little bit, like days off, no back-to-backs or something like that, day of rest, but still get your 62 games to make your accolades if you need to. But we're going to play it smart this year with you to make sure that you get us there.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to E. Gibson in the building, says letting Matthews go would be tough. We need to try to keep him if possible. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess it's a lot to say because you can really back yourself in a corner here. I know guys and gals, when we look at this team, we see the possibilities, we see the good, and we see the dilemma of what makes more sense for this team going forward. Like, what are we going to need off the bench? But the only thing that you put in a position to predict, and you can't predict, is injuries. And unfortunately, some might say, hey, Shamit looks like we know what he is. How can we let him go? Fine. Brogdon is going to probably be on this team no matter what. Fine. So that's, you trade, say if you traded Dottie, you open up a spot. Now you got 2 spots, you fill those guys right in. But then you say, man, if Matthews keeps playing like this all throughout the
You're
preseason,
gonna have to take him.
it's tough. Like you saying, how do we not hold on to him? And so then you start looking down the line, who is the other person that we could possibly get rid of to make up the spot? And that's Tyler Kolek. But here's the flip side, guys. What happens? You trade Tyler Kolek. You have Matthews as a shooter. You got Shamet as a shooter. You got Brogdon as the backup for Jalen Brunson. We get into the season, knock on wood, Brogdon gets hurt.
See, that's the problem right there.
That's it. That's the kicker. That's the no.
That's terrible. That is terrible. But the overcome to that is Clarkson and Deuce. And I mean, that's the overcome to that. You know what I mean? I think it's inevitable that one of the if they want to keep these 2 guys, this Shamet and if they want to keep Shamet and Malcolm, they have to let go of Pacone. Now, if they add Tyler Kolek into the mix, maybe they can get a first-round pick back. And my perfect scenario would be to trade both of those guys to Brooklyn, which are looking for a small forward and a point guard, and we could get one of our first-round picks back from them, which is only going to be a 25th, low 20s or something like that. But we could get a pick back for next year, something like that, if we want to go that way. And this will open up what is that, $5 million or so like that, so we can almost get an additional player other than the vet minimum that we already have the money for, so that would make it 3 players. If they wanted to get, it's a way that they could do it. Like Yuri said, that October date is for real, man. It'll probably be before that date, but by that date we will know who is we'll probably know who the starting unit would be by that, because when we start the first game, Yuri, 26?
Yeah, 22nd.
22nd, excuse me. So we will know by then.
And we're going up against a team, despite getting knocked out in the second round, did have a great regular season.
Oh, that's Cleveland, right?
Yeah, that's Cleveland.
Yeah, we start with Cleveland. Yeah.
We're getting thrown into the fire real quick. The NBA wants to capitalize off of the Knicks and Cleveland being the rivalry to go forward.
Facts. That sound good to me. I'm with it.
And the way I see it is,
as a commentator, I'm with it.
Well, let me tell you something, though, and this is what I gotta say today. When was the last time the Knicks and Cavs faced off in the playoffs in 2023? If we're really getting that team in an ECF, I'm picking the Knicks all the way, because I'm sorry, what happened back in 2023? The Knicks kicked Cleveland's butt 4-1. And I talk to Cavs fans all the times about this. Can the Cavs get out of the damn second round? The Knicks did. Knicks got out of the second round. Still got Donovan Mitchell.
They got kicked out last year. I mean, last season by a team that no one thought, that everybody underestimated.
No, here's the thing too. Here's the thing about that shot. Guess who got swept in the regular season by Indiana? Cleveland. That was a bad matchup for them.
I didn't know that. Not following the teams like that. That's a good point, Yuri. Thank you.
It was a bad matchup for Cleveland for one reason only. Indiana had the best offensive scheme I've ever seen in the playoffs when Miles Turner was at that team before he went to Milwaukee. 5-out offense. Everyone was passing the ball. They were the best team in the East coming out of the second half after the rough start in the first half.
Yeah, that was something I remember hearing.
Hey, look, you got a point, but it's tough for me because all year I was not stressing the Cavaliers, bro. I hear you, Yuri. I was not stressing them all year, but as the year kept going on, they just kept winning and they were beating everybody. And I just said, man, am I missing something? And then I started looking at a couple Cavaliers games just to understand a little bit more of what they were doing out there. And they look really good when they're out there playing together healthy. So the only thing I can say is I would not underestimate them. I wouldn't take them for granted if they're healthy. Problem is they ran into a lot of health issues themselves. And I think that changed what they look like as a team The playoffs also may have something to do with it. Maybe they just, they were, yeah, maybe, but we'll see. But I'm just saying, like, regular season, they're a problem, and there's something that the Knicks have to be mindful of, because they remind me of the Philadelphia 76ers a couple years ago. Well, not a couple, maybe like 5 years ago, when every regular season the 76ers was running through everybody. Yeah, the Cavs could be similar to that right now, but Knicks just have to go out there and do what they got to do. But like I said, the only thing that we have to be very mindful of is, God forbid, injuries, because that's
the C injuries is what I'm always worried about.
We don't know.
But I'm hoping that's avoidable, because Mike Brown's the coach. He did say 9 to 10.5 man. I'm looking forward to that rotation. Reduces the risk of injury. But I look at injuries as like, what's the word I'm looking for? People want to say that Tom Thibodeau's minutes made people get injured. Well, I could see some theories to that, right? We got to also look at what's their training regimen, or what's their off-season work looking like. What's their, what's their diet? What's this? What's that? Look at Tyrese Cole. Look at what Tyrese Halliburton did. Best shape in the world, right? Best shape in the world. Next thing you know, he tears his Achilles as well. Remember, he was in the U.S. Olympics as well, even though he didn't play. Body takes a toll, man. Wear and tear is real.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, though. There's still no proven. I know some people that are like, I get it. I understand. Look, I understand to a certain extent. There's still no proven correlation to playing a lot of minutes and getting injured. Back in the day, guys played a lot of minutes all the time. And if you got injured on plays, and certain things might happen, but it wasn't necessarily correlated to wear and tear. Look, I know there's going to be some people that say, well, Ron, how can you say that? Obviously, playing this amount of minutes and doing all of this and getting this type of injury is related to wear and tear. Now, I understand that. But when we're talking about overall, look at the Knicks. The Knicks were one of the healthiest teams in basketball last year, and they played the most minutes. Exactly. So how do you correlate? You know what I mean? It's just, the bottom line is, you could play 5 minutes and get hurt. You know what I mean? Ask anybody. You can just plant the wrong way, go up, come down. Anything can happen. But
ask Anthony Davis a couple of years ago when he got up and hit his table in his house, and he was out for 4 to 6 months. It's happened. I mean, you can happen. Step wrong, yeah. So I mean, it is. I don't think everybody adequates the time of being on the court to a lot of things. But if you look at some of the senior players and stuff like that, they're still getting high minutes. You still see LeBron still over 35 minutes. KD still over 35. Booker, all these guys are a little older. Oh my gosh, Steph Curry, over 35 minutes. They still getting major minutes. You know what I mean? Conditioning is a whole thing. Just like what I'm hoping for from Mitchell Robinson this year. He got a nutrition coach. He had a real coach this year teaching him. He had his old coach teaching him free throws. Not like years before when you see him and his homeboys in the gym back down there. You know what I mean? He still had on them high shorts and still playing country music in those gyms, but he was doing professional work this year. He was playing professional basketball, trying to get his game up this year. So it's all about preparation and how you can do. I mean, as years go on, even if you look at Cat looked a little slimmer this year. It's all that big looking. He was working out and stuff. He still looked more slim and trick when coming down here, running up and down the court real fast and stuff like that. Not being the last person down the court as he was last year. A lot of times he'll probably slow it down a little bit, because that's going to be part of I think some of the formation that they do. The trailer come in, catch the trailer, hit the 3-pointer, pass it to him. 2-3 passes, he come right down, give the pass to the top of the key, shoots it, knock it down. I think that's going to be one of the schemes this year.
And before you say something, I know you were going to say something. I just want to say, even though I'm saying that, keep in mind, guys, I do not want the Knicks playing the minutes that they played. If you guys remember, all last year, this past year that was set, I had an issue with the minutes too, but it was never about guys getting hurt. It was about guys not being able to play at a high level because they're tired. I don't care about being tired. And you could see when the guys get tired, especially in fourth quarters of games, they don't show up in the same way that they're used to showing up. And, Josh Hart admitted as much to
He was
what
spent.
happened in Indiana. He was gassed. He was done. It was it. He had nothing left to give. And some people may not like that Josh said it, but it's the truth. And you could believe it from Josh. He played almost damn near 40 minutes a game. You can't not take it for fact. It's real. But go ahead, Yuri. What were you going to say?
I want to respond one thing real quick to someone in a comment that told me to shut up because I defended Tibbs of last year. So I'm going to use this. I defended Tibbs all of last year because Knicks Nation wanted his head. I'm against firing a coach that brought us back from the brink as a laughingstock for the past 5 years when Tom Thibodeau was the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The team believed in Tom Thibodeau at that time. They didn't care about playing all those minutes. Matter of fact, Tibbs unified the locker room at that time throughout those 3 or 5 years. They only lost a lot. He lost the locker room in 2025 because his voice got stale and he ran out. Another thing is that all those players that played all those minutes, they would have done the same damn thing all over again until that year, if the Knicks won that Indiana series. And another point too, regardless of how people feel about Tom Thibodeau, nobody can deny what he did throughout the past 5 years.
That's true.
Regardless of how people feel about him, back-to-back 50-win seasons. That's all Tibbs right there. You can't deny it. You could say it's the players. I'll agree with you on that one last season. It's all the players. Eastern Conference Finals. Boom. But he did deserve to be fired because of what happened in ECF. My point is that Mike Brown's the head coach. I did my job as a Tibb defender. Even in times he didn't deserve it. The one time I wanted him fired was in the Detroit Pistons conference. That was the one time I wanted him fired.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think the bottom line is we all can, and we've said this before.
Right.
We can all agree Tom Thibodeau did a lot for this Knicks organization, right? He brought us out of the depths that we were in. People forget, it's all about that. What have you done for me lately? I've said this multiple times. When it comes to anything in sports, we forget how bad things were. We get so used to what's going on today. Well, you forget the past. But I was here. I remember. And it was pretty bad. So we got out of that thanks to Tibbs. And he got us to a certain point. And even him getting fired, we still got the furthest we've been in 25 years. But did he deserve to be fired? Yes. But for different reasons. And you have to respect that, but you don't take away the impact that he brought to the team. Because let me tell you something, if Tom Thibodeau was sitting out there and this Knicks team was here 5 or 6 years ago, and with the coaches that we were dealing with, you would be on the first bus waiting for Tibbs. Let's bring him over here. We need something. Because if Tibbs is your option compared to the coaches we were having, you would have been right there welcoming Tibbs in here. And we needed him, and he did what he needed to do to help the team, even throughout us criticizing him, because I'm not saying he was perfect. He made a lot of things, go a certain way that not all of us loved, and even some of the players didn't love. But he did get results. He just got us to a certain point, and he couldn't take us any further. So it was time to move on. And that's it. That's it. And I think we should move on. Enough about Tibbs. It's the Mike Brown era.
I move on.
No, I hear you. I think, and I know this is going to happen a lot throughout the season. And then when the Knicks are on win streaks and they're doing well, people are going to be like, you see, this is.
And when they're on losing streaks, they want Tom Thibodeau back.
And when we go on losing streaks, exactly, they're going to be like, man, Tibbs might have got us out of this. We just going to have to deal with it, y'all. Tibbs is gone. It is what it is. Tibbs is gone. But I will say, if the players can forgive Tibbs, if the players can still respect Tibbs, why can't we? We witnessed it live in a game. Dante DiVincenzo got traded. He's on the free throw line yelling at Tibbs. What do we see the other day?
They're yapping it up the next day. They're yapping it up a year later.
Him and Julius Randle are talking, like, come on, y'all. Let's move on. Let Tibbs be Tibbs. He did his thing. He was good while we had him. He just wasn't. He didn't get us past where we want to go, or he didn't get us to where we want to go. Time to move on. But we appreciate you, Tibbs. Thank you from all of us here at Still Nick fans. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, no, he did a good job for when he was here. He got us some culture. He got us to believe in ourselves. He helped put the Knicks back on the map again. He helped.
Perennial.
Not for nothing. Don't forget, people want to be here. Mike Brown is here and all that stuff. But Tibbs is a big part of helping to turn the Knicks around to get to the point where now people want to be here. So let's just put that out. All right.
Last couple of years we've been to the finals. Couple of years, we are no more hunting. We are the hunted now.
We are. We are. Like I said, once again, it was time for Tibbs to go, but we respect him while he was here. But it was definitely time for him to go. Shout out to Long Island Sound in the building. Appreciate you for being here. A ton of pressure this season. We will see. Facts. Shout out to Apocalypse Now, MC Ports. I was never high on Tyler. Oh, yeah. They were going back and forth about Kolick. My fault. And shout out to my guy, Crim's dad in the building, a member of the SKF Army. Always good to see. He said, not seeing Tibbs out there is what makes me the most excited. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay. Listen, I ain't gonna get into that. I'm not touching that argument. I'll leave that one. Y'all can have that one in the chat. Okay. All right. So now we're moving on. We pretty much have, talked about everything that happened with these guys in the game. It was nice to see OG Anunoby go out there and do his thing. Good to see, especially being that he didn't play the first game. And that's pretty much it, man. Matt Ryan added something, but I'm not worried about Matt Ryan. I guess before we move on, are you concerned at all? This is not really I got to go back and watch, but I'm asking you guys because maybe you saw more than me. Are you concerned at all about Gershon Yabusele's defense? Now, I know he had a big, incredible block. That's what I saw. But like I said, I was kind of going back and forth. I was doing stuff. I didn't see everything. He played 19 minutes. That's a good amount of time. How did his defense look to you? Not his offense. He only took 2 shots. I'm not mad at him on that. It is what it is. But how did his defense look to you guys, if any of you remember?
Well, he looked aggressive. He looked like he was trying to be in the passing lanes. The one thing he didn't do that I think he needs to do is grab rebounds. I don't think he had any rebounds this game, if I'm not mistaken. Right? None, right? Yeah, he didn't have any rebounds. That I didn't see from him this game. He did contest some shots. He got one good block. He's still a little timid. I don't think he's into the fold yet. He still looks like he's willing, not able. He's trying to get there. He's like, I'm trying to. Oh, that's not. He's missing shots. He got a shot blocked the other night. So, last couple of games has been a little, underwhelming from what we've seen from him last year. But you also have to take into consideration he did play that whole FIBA. So since the offseason, since he got out of the season last year, he went right to FIBA, and FIBA just ended, and now he's right back in training camp again. So he might be getting a little extra burn in his legs. He's not getting to his spots and stuff like that yet, but he did, he blocked a couple of shots so far. So, and he stood strong. Last game, he got body bumped pretty hard and deterred the guy from getting the shot up. He didn't block it, but he made him miss it. So I can't say his defense is bad or good. His offense, I can't say his offense is bad or good either. He had a good shot today. It looked clear. He was wide open. He knocked it down. But he got a 3-point shot last game. He got blocked. So, he got to get in shape. Defense is, it's better than I've seen from him before. How about that? And I haven't watched him, but last game.
What about you, Yuri? Were you able to check him out on the defensive side at all? Oh, I don't know if Yuri's there. He's on mute. If he is, maybe he stepped away. Okay. Well, I didn't I didn't really get a good look at that. And like I said, I'm gonna try to see if I can watch the game again. If I can, I will definitely take a look at his play and who he was guarding and see how he moved out there. Because all you need from these guys is to be willing defenders and just help with the team defense. The guys that are defensive minded are going to be the ones that have to, shoulder the load and basically step up. The OGs, the McCows, the Deuces, the Brogdon to some extent, the Mitches, those guys are going to have to be the ones that make something happen. But as long as guys can kind of stay in front of their guys, don't get beat too badly off the dribbles, it's going to happen here and there. But also, for the bigs to be in position to get a rebound, don't allow these teams to get second chance opportunities, stuff like that. That's going to be important. So we'll see. And I hope Yabu can do a little better job at that going forward. Like I said, it wouldn't have been a big deal if he hadn't played 19 minutes. If when I saw the 19 minutes and I looked at the rebounds, I saw 0. I was like, oh, that's not.
Yeah. But I think the block, he was coming from the weak side and he met the guy at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that was it. He met the guy at the rim and blocked it clean. Went right up and got it clean, got all ball. So and at that time, I think he was playing in there with Mitch. So not getting no rebounds and you playing with Mitch on the court, I can understand that because Mitch had 7, 8, 9 rebounds or something like that. So maybe that could trying to make an excuse for him, but he's one of the guys that we brought here that hasn't. I haven't seen a game that I could be like, yeah, okay, there we go. I knew Clarkson had a couple of big shots, a couple of big moves, a switch in the air, and he, that I said, okay, that's what he's gonna do all year, right? Turn around, we have baseline, turn around, shoot jump shot. Yeah, I know he's gonna do that all year. So I'm waiting for him. Brogdon, pure 3-point shot. He took maybe 4 or 5. I think he hit 2 out of 5. 2 good dish passes, guys cutting to the basket, head up, throwing the ball down the court. But him, I haven't seen anything. He hit a 3-pointer today that was clean. He was wide open, so it made it more effective, but nothing spectacular yet.
Right. Yeah. It in time, we'll see. And I don't know, man. I really don't. Like I said, I don't know too much about Yabu and what he looks like. He may look big and kind of obese to us or like out of shape. And physically, maybe the running that they're doing in practice, maybe he was, winded and out of shape in that regard. But as far as his size, maybe this is the size that he plays at. I wasn't paying attention too much to his size with Philadelphia. I don't know if he's gained a little weight or if this is always how he plays. So, I don't know. But he just needs to, continue to go out there and be active. And I'm sure the only thing I could tell you guys that may, feel a certain way about him until he gets to where he needs to go is that Yabu does make stuff happen on the court. And so just got to give him a little time. He's made stuff happen with Philadelphia. He made stuff happen in the European League. He makes stuff happen. So just let him get settled in and you'll see him be the fan favorite like I think he will.
Facts. So, I think when he does that dunk and he hangs on the rim and he goes sideways with it, I think everybody be like, "There we go,
yeah." We'll see how it all plays out, man. Yeah. So that's pretty much it with regards to today's preseason game. We could regurgitate and keep talking about the same stuff, but that's pretty much it. Now we gotta look forward to them playing when they're back in the States Thursday versus Minnesota. So that should be pretty interesting to see. We'll see how that all plays out.
They're at the Garden too, right?
They're at the Garden, yeah.
Yeah, they're at the Garden.
And it's a shame because I didn't think about this. I don't see myself going to any regular season games because the prices are crazy. But if there was a game, I should have really figured out how to get to
it. Ain't much different, Ron.
No,
it ain't much different. This game coming up, I looked it up. I was like, that look like regular price to me. I don't know. Maybe it might be more with the regular season. Maybe it might be $25 more or something. But it looked like the last time I've been there, it was more than that for an all-season game. Snap. Man.
The season games are nuts. I looked the other day and I was like, whoa. I mean,
Yeah, man.
I'm like, what are they trying to do? Like, they don't want these games ain't for the Knicks fans anymore. This is for somebody else. I don't know who's going to these games, B. I mean, hey, I know there are some real Knicks fans that are able to go. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are doing it up because these prices is nuts.
Yeah, you talking about going in there and you getting a bottle of Avion 12-ounce water and you talking about $16. You know what I mean? Unless you got a chase card. That's the perk. You get a chase card. Any type of chase card, you all right. You get a discount.
Right, a
I
discount.
mean, at least the last time I was there. I don't know now.
10% off a $400 ticket.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I'm like,
0.2%.
How much is it?
Listen, all I'm saying is that if the Knicks make the NBA Finals, the checkbook is open, folks. I'll make sure I get there. The checkbook is open.
Listen, and I'm telling you, I hope if they make the NBA Finals, they better win because I'm going to be on. I want to be at the parade. That's where you'll see me for free. I'll be at the parade. that's
You
all.
might not even have in New York afterwards if they win the title.
Yeah, I know, but definitely, stay tuned. I mean, it might be some watch parties. I mean, maybe I can get to one of those. I ain't going to the Nick watch party. I'll go to a content creators watch party because the Nick watch parties is too many people. We talking about.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about going to one of them too, but I ain't get the chance to.
Yeah.
I ain't get the chance to at the time. But you know what? I'm gonna make an exception. I'll go to one of the Knicks parties. I'll go to one of them if they're in the playoffs. For sure.
Okay.
But no, I'm interested in a Cavalier regular season game. It's a good test for the Knicks, to scrape off what they did to them from getting swept in the regular season. Right? We never won one game. I'm excited to see what Mike Brown is going to do with this team. We see the teammates all buying into the system, and that was my one thing that I was worried about. All these people that got contracts, right? Or trying to get contracts, regardless of what their life priorities are. We all thought they were going to be selfish. Mike Brown's system wasn't going to work, But no, everyone's buying in. Everyone is buying in, including Jalen Brunson. He even said that he's adjusting. He's going to take time to get used to it. Wants to play more off ball. But I'll say this, though. If we're seeing the fruits of Mike Brown's system now, the positives of it, imagine 2 months down the line how this team is going to look. There's a bright future ahead in Mike Brown's system. Going from Tom Thibodeau's system where it was 8 players, 7 players, all ISO ball, to everyone passing the ball, taking at least 40 attempts at the 3-point shot, which, by the way, the 40 attempts at 3, when I was worried about that for one reason. Are they all going to be bad shots? And no, all the 3-pointers they take, besides Jordan Clarkson, they've all been good shots. Good shots that should be going in, but
facts. And they will be. I think we're going to have some top ratings in a lot of categories this year, man. We got some quality shooters in this team, man. I think we're going to be amped up for 3-point shooting this year. 40%. We're probably going to be one of the top 10 in the league. Offense, pushing the pace, all the things that we lacked last year under the Tom Thibodeau system. And I'm not shooting Tom Thibodeau down either. He is my guy. He has took us from the LOL Knicks to being perennial now. And I mean, every year we are looking forward to going to a playoff game. Ever since Tom Thibodeau, we slipped one time because of the players he didn't give in Fournier and Kemba Walker. But ever since then, we've been to the playoffs consecutively. So I believe that's going to continue to happen, and I think this team is just going to take it to another limit, man. I think a lot of things we do this year is going to be really, in my opinion, that's going to be really high potent. On paper, it looks like it's going to be real high potent, and we could push the pace. One of my big faux pas right there, man. We could push the pace, man, this year. And make easier baskets for ourselves so we can set up on defense. That's just going to make us be a better team, man. And this new switch defense that other than this drop coverage, holy smoke, man. I'm at all right now.
I'm excited to see the switchable defense again. I was excited to see that. I want to see how it plays out. I did ask one of the YouTubers I talked to about zone.
Mm-hmm.
If Mike Brown will implement
it.
They
played a little too, Yuri. They played a little zone today, a cheat zone. They played it a little bit today. Today they played a little cheat zone, a 2-3 cheat zone where they crashed at the. This was it. I seen in the game. It was around the second quarter. They did it a couple of times where when Mikel was at the top or Shammer was at the top, and they stayed at the 2-1-2 position, and they crashed and made the pass go to the left, and then they crashed to the left, and they kept making them passes. And as you'll see, it's a couple of those plays. One was a turnover when Shammer was over there, and one was I think it was Mikel on that side, and it was it Brunson or was it OG? One of them was over there.
A little zone to their game.
I gotta watch. I only watched it one time. I'm almost sure that I seen them set up with 3-2 when the guys are two of the positional guys are on one side on the bottom. One is on the other side with the two 1-on-1, the shooting guard and the point guard at the top, and they crashed at the point of attack and pushed the ball to the other side. And then Mikel went back over with OG on the other side and crashed. And if I'm not mistaken, it had to be sometime in the first quarter because Mitchell Robinson was in there too. All three of those guys was on the court when they did that. So
they did play zone variance.
Yeah, they played. It wasn't like it was like it looked like to me. It looked like it was a strag. They came down. It was a set play. It was coming down. It wasn't a fast break. They went to set up. They set up in the zone. They contested the point of attack. Pushed the ball to the right side. Mikel switched over. OG was over there. They point of attack moved the ball around. And after that, I can't remember what happened. But I remember they did it to Shamit did the same thing. And with the same position, with the same rotational thing. So that's something that I think they're looking forward to doing too.
Very interesting. Good to hear. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I got it. I'm definitely gonna try to see. I'm gonna see if I can switch my I got obviously the Gotham Sports app on my phone. Let me see if I can switch that to my tablet so I can see it a little bigger. But I'm going to see if I watch the game again because I do want to go through it again and see all of the stuff that I missed and also look at the game differently. You know, the first time I look at the game, I look at it as a fan. Second time, I'm actually trying to look at some other stuff. I
want to go look at it again, too. I'm almost positive. So I'm going to suck all that stuff that I put out there in the air before I watch it again. But I'm sure that I've seen the 2-3 zone with the point of attack, pushing the ball to the right side. Twice. I'm sure of that.
All right. Dope. Well, hey, listen, guys, I know it's a beautiful Saturday. It's always nice to have the Knicks winning a game, even though this preseason, it's still good to win. You know what I mean? It creates a good culture. But I want to get to your thoughts of what you want to see in the next game. Like, because there's certain things that have happened in this game, but you know, maybe there's something else you want to see in the next game. Maybe you saw a little bit and you're like, hey, I want to see more of that. Or I want to see them feature, like start getting Brogdon in the flow of things. Or maybe you want to see McCullers do more. Or I know some people might be saying, I would love to see Huck Porty more. I mean, Huck Porty only played 5.5 minutes, which is kind of surprising, but especially you know, when you think about it. But like I said, I think that they're just trying to look at everybody and go and as we get a little deeper into the preseason, Huck Porty's minutes will get revved up a little bit and we'll get into more of a strict rotation. Yuri, what's your thoughts? Anything you're looking forward to in his next preseason game versus Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Yuri?
Oh, I was muted, my bad.
Oh yeah. You good.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it with this and I'm gonna hop off. What were you saying? What was the question again?
Oh, I was saying, what is there anything you're looking forward to in the next preseason game?
Yeah. Since they're going up against Minnesota, I know they're going to pretty much, you know, like we said, it's preseason. Not really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see them getting a few days of rest. You know, I'm still waiting on the update on Josh Hart's injury. We did get news that he does have a lower back. He had back spasms today. Yeah, he has back spasms recently, so I'm looking forward to see how that correlates to how his season goes. You know, I haven't heard anything less about that, so I'm expecting Josh Hart to get some reps in. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. Shout out to Parrish Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat, my guy. Oh, oops, wrong thing. My bad. I gotta switch it up. There you go. You know what it is. Appreciate you. Paris says, hey, Ron, Deuce is earning his spot with me so far. I hear you. I mean, I will say that even though Deuce wasn't out the gate lighting it up the way he was in the first game, he was still very active, doing other things, and he looked pretty good out there defensively.
He's a good rebounder.
Yeah, and the other thing too is obviously this is the NBA, guys, so guys are going to score, right? Because there's plays where I saw Deuce, like there's a little guy that Philadelphia had that scored a couple times on Deuce. This is the NBA. They're going to score. You just want to make sure that, you're able to kind of stop them more often than not.
Yeah, good test.
So I think he did a great job out there. And I like the fact that he is picking up in a part of the movement, like the moving the ball and moving to different spots. The key, we make it seem like it's simple, guys. It is not simple. Let me tell you something right now. It takes time to learn not only how to pass the ball to people freely, it also takes time to move your body around the court and fill the spots. You have to know exactly what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be filling. You do not want two people filling the same gap at the same time, because that's when it's like we've seen that in the past. Remember back in the day when we got Kemba and Fournier, and the Knicks were doing the dribble handoffs, and Julius Randle and Fournier were running into each other. Like we've seen it happen. So yeah, it sounds simple, but guys got to get comfortable. And once they get comfortable, though, look out. I can't wait for that. Sha, what's on your mind, man? What are you looking forward to in this next game versus Minnesota?
I think this game will be more of a NBA style basketball game. I think we'll see more of a fine-tuned lineup. We may not see as many rotational players this game. You know what I mean? I think it'll be not, I don't want to say heavy minutes for the starters, but I think you may see them maybe ramp it up a little bit more. It's only 2 more games. How many games is it? 5 or 4?
It's 5.
It's 5. So this will be 3rd. Also, maybe this won't be as intense as I thought. I thought it was going to only 4 games.
Yeah, I thought there were 2 until I saw there's a 5th. I was like, oh, okay.
All right, so yeah, this one may be more of a laid back style game, almost something similar to this, where you'll see 19 players played in. If it's like that, I don't think they're going to go change anything up. You may see some more sets, a little different, and a couple of teams, more organized teams that you'll probably see on the court together. You know what I mean? I think they'll try to run the Malcolm Brogdon with the Clarkson, Josh Hart, Yabusele, and maybe Mitchell Robinson, or maybe even Hucker Purdy. You know what I mean? You may see that lineup out there. So I think they may start trying to define roles a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because by the 4th game, I think they'll ramp it all the way up and then bring it all the way down for the 5th game and get ready for the season.
I think you're right about that. I think that 5th game will be more like a dress rehearsal. And we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm excited to see them just continue to build. I don't know necessarily if I'm looking forward to seeing anything in particular. I guess I'll just be paying close attention to this Matthews and Shamet stuff, and pretty much just hoping that we get to see the starting lineup really go out there and do their thing together. Because one of the things that we did notice last year, it was very rare for all of the scorers in the starting lineup to have a good game at the same time. You know what I mean? It's very rare to have a good game from Brunson, Cat, OG, and McCall. It was always one of them out of the mix, sometimes 2 of them, but a lot of times it was always one of them out the mix. So if we can get a game or get games where they start all looking good together, and I think with the ball movement, it's going to help a lot. Ball movement and good passing is going to allow guys to stay out of big funks where they're not putting up points. Just a couple baskets here and there, just, keeping it going and keeping some type of rhythm. It'll definitely help the team. But yeah, man, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to my guy, Sha, as always, for being here and rocking with me, man. I appreciate you guys. stay tuned. Make sure you tune in to Knicks Real Talk with Sha and Divine. You know, they'll definitely get you right. I'm assuming they will be on Thursday doing a preseason, a pregame before the game. They'll probably be on before then, but definitely Thursday doing a pregame.
We were thinking about coming on tonight, but we'll probably be back on tomorrow for the post. We'll probably do a little wrap up tomorrow, a little hour show or something like that. And then we'll be back again pre and post this year. And Divine did some things with the vocals and editing and stuff like that. He really did a good. He always does a great job, but this one is the beat and the rhyme to the beat and the beat to the rhyme to the limit to the lime. And it's real nice, man.
All right, can't wait. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm working on my season 6 stuff right now, and I may change up the style.
Man. Right. I looked at your numbers, Ron. You smoking, man. You're smoking, man. I'm like, dang, Ron. I'm like, dang.
Don't tell nobody, Sha. We still on the low over here. Don't tell nobody.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man, definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nick Nation, no calling today. And this one is not because of y'all. This is just because, for real, it's 4:00. It's Saturday, and I just got some stuff to do. Man.
Yeah, I'm about to go out right now too.
That's all it is, man. So I appreciate y'all. I would definitely love to give y'all the regular show, but today is one of them days I just got to do a little post game, get up out of here because the Knicks played. So, but hey, man, Nick Nation, if you definitely, tune in to Monday night show, 9 p.m. We'll definitely do a call in. So if you want to call in for Monday's show, definitely love to have you, bro. And shout out to my guy, Delusional Nick Fan Network in the building. What up, Delusional? Appreciate you, my guy. Good to see you. I seen you on Dope Soul the other day, dressed to the nines with the suited and booted. Okay. Appreciate you guys, man. But anyway, once again, thanks to everybody for being here and rocking, and appreciate all the support, appreciate the subscribers, appreciate the likes you guys have been giving the show. We're still on the road to 10K, so thank you for everything and all the support, man. And definitely check out Sha and Divine, Knicks Real Talk, probably Monday. They're going to do a show, and then check them out again for the pre and post on Thursday before we play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shout out to Yuri. Thank you for being here and rocking with me. Shout out to everybody in the chat. That's where it's at. Appreciate you guys so much for all the love and all the back and forth, the comments, keeping it going, man, and flowing, man. I appreciate everything y'all do. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans. We'll be back again, whether it be on Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. normally for Know the Ledge, or on Monday nights for SKF Weekly with myself, my brother John, brother Jose. I know you haven't seen them. They're coming back. I know when they're coming back, but I just haven't said it. I rock the regular scheduled programming, but I'm here holding it down in the meantime. And, stay tuned for anything we got going on. I appreciate you guys. Remember, no matter what, the good, the bad, the ups and downs, we are still Knicks fans. We got a definite great season ahead of us. I'm super excited. Shot's super excited. Yuri's excited. We're all excited, man. I know you guys in the chat. Look at that. And don't forget, also, I don't have the link yet, but when we get the link, go support Sha and his clothing stuff. He's putting together some fly designs. Go check him out. And
I got new bracelets too.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, man, you've been doing it, man. You've been busy.
I be trying.
I hear that. So definitely support, man. Support. And the bottom line is, guys, nobody's perfect in life, but we are perfect together, man. We here as Knicks fans, and we salute and we rock, and we're there for our team. So as I always say, be good, but if you can't be good at it. Hey, take care, y'all. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I got y'all on the next one.
Peace, Ron. Peace.
Later, brother.